Someone who is fascinated by you isn't necessarily a friend. Some people just want to gain access and proximity to you, to study you and become you. They notice something in you that they lack in themselves, that they want for themselves, and so they use their friendship with you as a blueprint.
Fellas, nearly every single woman you deal with romantically will be like this towards you as well. This is not something exclusive to friendships or platonic relationships. Women act this way towards you as well. A woman who is fascinated by you does not necessarily like you. Most of the women I have slept with have been initially attracted to me for all of the wrong reasons. What if I told you that at first their initial desire was to belittle me, was to put me in my place, was to show me that I am not as special as I think I am or as others see me? I've always made it a point to communicate to you guys that as human beings, we start almost everything superficially, and then it grows into something more meaningful over time. And a woman's attraction to a man, aka her opposite, is also almost always an entirely superficial pursuit. She may claim that she is interested in integration, which is the integration of the differences between you two. But the truth is, she is almost exclusively interested in competition. I'll say that again. She may claim that she is interested in integration. But the truth is, she is almost exclusively interested in competition. And this is why I always say that at first, when you are dealing with a woman, she is challenging you. And you must rise to the occasion and defeat her if you want to have her for yourself. You see, there is nothing more competitive than the woman. The woman sees everything as a competition and is always proving certain things to herself and to the people around her. This is why feminism is such an easy tool to control women. You see, they tap into the woman's desire to compete, and women will compete with anything. They will compete with your daughter, a child, your dog, your cat, your mum, a concept, an idea, anything. A woman is willing to compete with anything.
So they'll function as a friend on the surface, but they're not necessarily going to care about you as a true friend. In fact, they may want to even destiny swap with you. And once they've extracted what they need, they may discard you and move on to the next person to mimic. So you need to train your eye to spot the difference between true friendship and fascination, and be extra grateful for those true friends while you evolve and glow up in life.
Most women are not concerned with integration. So they're not concerned with the integration between the masculine and the feminine. They may say that they are, but they are not. As I said, most women are concerned with competition. And the main thing that they want to prove to themselves is that the path that they have chosen in life was the right path. I'll say that again. The main thing that they want to prove to themselves is that the path that they have chosen in life was the right path. They want to prove that they are just as, if not more valuable than you are. If they can prove this to themselves, then they can prove to themselves that the path that they have chosen was the right path. They want to prove that you are not as great as you think you are, or as she thought you were. They want to prove that everything that glitters ain't gold, by proving to themselves that they are better than you. This is why so many of us have caught women scouting for our vulnerabilities and rejoicing when they have found them, happy that you have them, and at some point they will use these vulnerabilities against you. This is the competitive nature of the woman who competes with weaknesses to prove to herself that she is not weak alone and that she is even stronger than you are. This is why women are so concerned with uncovering your true colors. She believes that everybody is just as weak as she is, but hiding this weakness just as she does. You see, women despise the things that she is attracted to, because the things that she is attracted to always uncovers to her the things that she is not. And as I said, she wants to prove to herself that the path that she has chosen in life was the right path. So she wants to prove to herself that who she is good enough. And who you are is not as good as what it seems. This is why men see so much success when they do not validate who she thinks she is. And this is why men see so much failure when they do. So, fellas, you need to understand that women have a very toxic relationship with validation. A woman who's very mature, a woman who has high IQ, identifies this, and she doesn't really like being validated. She doesn't really like being complimented, and she doesn't really like being approved of for no reason, because she's aware of where this can take her and how this can make her regress as a person. Because validation will stop a woman from growing. Validation will stop a woman from developing, and validation will stop a woman from changing. Women are very paradoxical, and women are very counterintuitive. Women want to change and not change at the same time. I'll say that again. Most women want to change and not change at the same time. They want to change, but at the same time, they do not want to change, because change is very scary. Change is very painful. All right. So the woman knows that the right man for her will not validate the areas of her that should not be validated. All right. So as a man, this is why I always say, when you first deal with a woman, she will challenge you and you have to defeat her. And only upon her defeat will she be sincere with you, will she be authentic with you, and will she respect and admire you and see you as the type of man who can assist in her growth and development. This is the main reason why women are attracted to bad guys and player archetypes. Because, fellas, the most important gift a woman can receive from another person is not validating her in the areas that is stopping her from growing, changing, and developing. Not giving her the things that she wants, not buying her things, not meeting her expectations. Simply not validating her and keeping her exactly who she is and where she is. That is the greatest gift you could give a woman. And as I said in the beginning of the video, most of the women I have slept with, their initial attraction to me was because they thought I was rude, was because I was arousing her in a lot of the wrong ways. That is what attracted her to me. I have triggered her desire to compete, to prove to herself certain things, right? That is the biggest attraction a woman can feel towards somebody, right? It's a desire to compete. This is the reason why a woman will want to win over the type of man who has a rotation of 5 to 6 women. Right, it's her desire to prove to herself that things to herself, and also to prove to you that you're not as great as who you are. If she can prove these things to herself, then she doesn't need to change, and she can quiet that voice in her that demands her to change. So she can quiet that voice in her that needs her to change. If all of that makes sense. The woman wants to overcome you, all right? And if you allow her to overcome you, then she won't change, and she'll also lose attraction and respect and admiration for you, all right? Because you're another thing that glitters but isn't gold. All right, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, sign up for one-on-one coaching if you want to learn more. Watch my other videos if you want further comprehension, as I talk about these things in a million different ways.